afternoon, and welcome to the Lummy Sports Show. I'm the co-host, Brian, the Babyface Matroni, and I'm joined by his preeminence, the man, the myth, the legend, Lummy.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well, man. Thought I'd actually put you over in the intro and everything.
Thank you.
I heard you held down the fort last week while I was gone.
Yeah, yes, I did.
And you had somebody who actually made your job harder.
I don't know who said that, Brian.
I was reading chat. That's all.
Yeah, he seemed like I thought maybe knew a little bit about sports. He asked to sit down. Like he was doing some stuff, I guess, with the trailer or something. And he's like, well, can I sit in? I'm like, sure.
I know I left you a little high and dry. I did give you some warning. It wasn't I stood you up.
Yeah, no, I was just going to come in and probably do an hour, solo, take some calls. And then he locked himself out, which kind of messed up the, kind of flow of the show. Then he kept calling and being like, hey, can you kind of unlock the door? And I'm like, well, if I go to a break, it's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
So then he sat out there. Then he was sweaty. And I think he kind of got out of his flow, if he had the flow going. So, but hey, it worked out. We got a lot of phone calls, 813-90-BUBBA, a lot of things to talk about. There is a lot of, I believe we can call this the pre-draft show. I know you're not a big fan.
Well, it's not that I'm not a big fan. It's just it's so overhyped. It's so drawn out. It's, they try to make it this made-for-TV event, and, the 15 minutes between picks and everything like that. It's just it's a little bit cumbersome, a little bit. Like if you don't know by draft night who the fuck you're going to draft or who your backup plan is. I know the 15 minutes is for TV for them to talk it up and everything. It's just so fucking long.
Well, I mean, do you wish they cut it down? Because I believe it's Thursday first round, Friday is second and third round, and then does it end Saturday? Saturday, right?
I wish they did first and second round on Thursday, third and fourth, and maybe even fifth on Friday, and then sixth and seventh on Saturday, but nobody would care. But nobody cares by Saturday anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Once the third round's done, the fourth through seventh, most of it's, people that are just turn on ESPN, leave it on, or it's the, people's parents.
Yeah.
I mean, really, who's studying up on the seventh round pick?
Absolute losers with nothing else going on in their lives are watching on Saturday.
Getting excited about the punter drafted in the sixth round.
Oh, we got our guy.
Yeah, we were kind of going through the 92 Bucks draft, and man, going back and looking at those Bucks and just remembering how bad the Bucks were at drafting. It's like kind of what we were saying. It's such a crapshoot.
Well, it shouldn't be if you're picking where the Bucks were picking a lot of those years. Well, there should look if you want to go safe, right? You go defensive line. That's the safest position. It requires the least amount of technical skill, right? So you could have a guy who's not the brightest bulb in the marquee, but can still really play the position because it's almost a pure physical position. It's way less about scheme. And assignments and things like that. So I think if you want to go safe and you don't want to screw up your early pick, if you go with the best defensive lineman available, you'll be in good shape.
Well, when we were looking at 92, I remembered we traded our second pick, the first round second pick that year to the Colts for Chris Chandler. Chris Chandler?
Who?
Yeah, the quarterback that I believe he played a season and a half, threw a bunch of picks. Then believe they traded him or released him, and he went on to he did quarterback in 98 for the Falcons.
When says he was with the Rams.
Was it when?
Chris Chandler?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was college was Washington. He was with the Bucks 90-91, the Cardinals 91-93, Rams 94, Oilers 95-96, Atlanta 97-2001,
That's
Bears
when they went to the Super Bowl.
2002-2003, and the Rams. He had a long, illustrious career.
Yeah, he did.
Made the Pro Bowl twice with Atlanta.
Well, that's when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I forgot he was even a quarterback. Chris Chandler, what a forgettable name.
Oh, because it said when we were going over the 92, it said the Colts got the second pick for, it said Chris Chandler.
Wow. That's Yeah, the Bucs traded for him.
No, he was. He was on the Colts in 98.
Yeah, 98, 99.
No, 88, 89.
Yeah, 88. I'm sorry, 88, 89. Yeah.
Jeez, man, I can't believe they traded for, and then they even drafted a quarterback, Craig Erickson. I believe in the fourth round.
The Bucs have never drafted quarterbacks well ever. I mean, the one good one they got was Doug Williams, but then they let Steve Young. I mean,
well, they didn't draft Steve Young though.
No.
Oh wait. No, they did. I'm sorry.
Did.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like you totally threw me off with that one. I was like, did I have a stroke?
You know what I was thinking of for some reason? I was thinking of Steve Spurrier. Because we traded for him for the 49ers, bringing him back, and he just absolutely sucked. But, yeah, like you're saying, I believe in every draft in the 80s and 90s, we drafted a quarterback.
That's just pathetic, especially considering the quarterbacks they were rolling out there. I mean, if we go through a list of all the Bucs starting, I mean, it's not going to be as bad as the Browns or Washington, but it's pretty fucking awful.
I believe the Browns probably have the worst. I think I was going over it last week. They probably have one of the worst first round draft picks of any quarterback since they came back in 95. I think it's when they came back.
They've been terrible at drafting, and the only one they've been successful at, Myles Jarrett.
Yeah, Myles Garrett.
Yeah. On the again defensive line.
Yeah.
Defensive line. You go with a D lineman. You go with a D lineman. It is the most consistent ROI for a first round draft pick. The quarterbacks are too sink or swim, man. It's just too much variation. If you want to be certain, you draft a solid D lineman, and then even to a lesser extent the offensive lineman. Again, two positions that there's not a whole lot going on, right?
And you could put an offensive lineman and kind of a defensive lineman, but an offensive lineman you can almost go from a right tackle. You can even put him at guard.
Yeah, you can move them around. They're interchangeable, depending on their size and their skills. But I mean, you're talking about the two in the trenches, very important positions on the field. I'm not downplaying the position. I'm just saying it doesn't take as much to be that, because you're not relying on anybody else to do your job. Right? For the most part, your job is your job.
Yeah.
So you have one assignment, and you've just got to do it. Cornerbacks, schemes and picks, and they've got to know what's going on. They've got a lot of thinking that they have to do in their position.
Yeah, they got with the safeties too. They
middle linebacker and linebacker position just as much.
Most of them are the Mike guys.
Wideouts, not only do they have to know their assignments and everything like that, they have the timing with the quarterback, but they're also at the mercy of how good their quarterback is, right? You could be a great wideout and have a shit quarterback, and you don't look like you're as good as you are.
And that's happened a lot.
Look
at Pierre Garçon.
Yeah. So, I think Michael Pittman Jr. would have had an absolute blow-up year last year if it wasn't for Carson Wentz being such a shitbird.
And a lot of the guys in Carolina, which, speaking of Carolina, we have our favorite caller, 704.
Hinstar.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Man, and I'm remiss because I did not get to talk to you. How awesome was that play-in game where you got to watch and stare up at the screen the whole time? I saw the photos there. So much hot ass. So much hot ass.
This is such a big whodunit. So apparently my buddy was okay. So you have four people. Miscommunication. The tickets. So this was to get tickets, right? Well, they didn't get tickets, and then they stopped selling them. So then my friend got there. He said it was lame, and then we ended up going to the bar across the street.
Time out. You had to pay to go?
No, they were free. But you had a certain window where you could download them through Ticketmaster.
We could have told you. We could have told you it was going to be lame.
You're so could have. I fucking did. I said, first of all, I'm like, you want to go hang out with a bunch of dudes? Did you see that photo that I posted on Twitter? There was not a single female in like three sections of the entire thing. And Hinstar's like, there's going to be some hot ass there.
You don't do Twitter, man. Twitter's weird. I don't like Twitter.
Whatever.
Sorry.
Regardless of where it was, I messaged you on there. I tagged you in the photo.
No, I remember. I laughed pretty good too. Yeah, I laughed pretty good.
Oh, let me check. I have a login. I got to go check that.
You do. I don't think you've posted in 5 years, but you do have a login.
Yeah, listen, you're calling Twitter lame, but you were going to a play-in Hornets game. Saying that there was going to be a lot of ladies there.
A play-in road game watch party. First of all, there was maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people there.
Hey,
maybe.
I remember when the Lightning were in the Stanley Cup Finals or in the playoffs, people were watching the games outside.
Oh no, that's totally different.
So
totally different.
How is that different?
Because
it's a Stanley Cup Finals.
Because it's a Stanley
game.
Cup Finals, not a 10th seed play-in game.
Playoffs.
Playoffs?
Are we talking about playoffs?
It's the Lightning actually made the playoffs. They didn't get a participation spot like the Hornets did.
But they're
How'd they do in
50.
that game? I heard it was really close too.
Oh, we got blown.
Think you guys
out,
lost
man.
by 40?
We lost by it was like 35. It sucked.
That's yeah.
Hey,
Good
the
thing you didn't
playoffs
waste your
have been
time.
good, man. The NBA playoffs have been really good this.
Oh,
so far
so
this
good,
first round.
so good.
They
I
really
think
have been.
Boston
The
4-0 over the Nets, and then
Yeah,
who can
one-
forget
that's the
Miami
only tweet.
4-1 over the
No.
Hawks? It's just
Yeah,
been
but,
just nail biter
no.
after nail biter.
Listen, I mean, you can dominate the conversation. You got to let me talk for a second.
Oh.
The number one seed is losing. The number one seed just went ahead 2-3 in the Western Conference Final. Memphis is the number 2 seed playing the number 7. That's a close series. To me, it looks like I think the Raptors are going to steal it from the 76ers. There's some good series. You can't have it all perfect.
Brian, he sent me a text and said, hey, are you guys watching the NBA playoffs? There's a lot of close series. The two I looked at were like, you said 4-0, 4-1. I'm like, what close series are you talking about? He's like, well, there's a couple out there.
And the stud star on the number 1 seed, in the West went out injured. So that's the only reason that series is close. I mean, come on. So you're touting the 4-5 matchup? Of course the 4-5 matchup in the East is going to be a close series. Bucks are destroying the Bulls. Heat already destroyed the Hawks. Celtics already destroyed the Brooklyn Nets. The Sixers Raptors. First of all, you think the Raptors are going to beat them. The Sixers are up 3-2.
The combined score on the Celtics beating the Nets, they won by a combined 18 points. So every game was within 2.5 points, 3.5 points. That's not bad.
And there was one 1-point game, and then it was 7, 6, and 4.
Well, listen, Brian, Stephen or Stephen Curry, whatever his name is, Stephen Curry, he's coming back tonight with the Warriors. Great, 3-1 over the Nuggets, 1-3. That's going to be a real nail biter.
They're gonna put that baby.
But it's just been great basketball, high quality basketball.
It has been.
High
It
quality.
really has been. It's been high.
You've got
quality
three.
basketball.
You've got 3 decent series going on, and 2 of them are the 4-5s, which you would expect. You know what? They should let 12 teams in next year, so these playoffs can be more exciting, and we can watch more.
You should let them all in.
Yeah,
one seeds romp.
Yeah, Brian, why don't you let them all in? Oh,
yeah, let every team in.
Yeah.
Why even bother with the regular season?
Yeah,
and I mean, look,
playoff.
the Suns Pelicans might be 3-2 and appear close because Booker got injured, but the scores in that game 11. There was a 3-point game in there, 15 and 15. So it's not like they're close nail biters. These are games where the teams are blowing each other out. I mean, the Sixers Raptors series, they've had 2 good games, but then the rest were blowouts. So 2 out of 5.
I mean,
2 out of
it
5.
happens in hockey playoffs. Yeah, so what? It's good.
And it's really not even 2 out of 5. 110, 102. They had the 104, 101 game where Embiid hit the cold-blooded 3. Look, you can't pay me enough to actually care about basketball. I've been watching it casually because it's my job. Being a consummate professional on this sports show, I know what I got to do.
Yeah.
So I do watch it in case somebody lame enough.
Purple jersey, $299.99. Basketball playoffs suck.
He is right.
Yeah. So now we're moving on for their Hinstar.
That's cool.
Your Panthers, buddy. I was wondering what you thought they were going to do there.
So today, I started off my day with a nice run. Then I was going to play tennis. I was playing tennis today, and I couldn't hit the fucking ball in the court. This segues into the Panthers. Couldn't figure it out. I looked. I was wearing a Panthers hat. I took that shit off, put on my Adidas hat. I was playing great afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
yeah. That made a big difference.
It did make a big difference.
Psychologically,
Yeah,
he had that Charlotte stank on him.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this: if we get Pickett on the first round, I can't say that I'm not going to go to a game, but I'm going to be really pissed. I don't think we should go with Pickett because we need to build that offensive line and we need some wide receivers. Hopefully we can maybe trade back. I'm not sure, but Pickett, I don't know if he's the guy. And what good is a quarterback when he's running for his life the whole time, no matter who you put back.
You don't want the 22nd best player in the draft. You don't want the 22nd highest rated player in the draft. You don't want to take him in the first round.
Well, I think they're looking at Malik Willis.
I'd take Willis over Pickett. At least he'll be fun and he can scramble for his life because he'll need
and that's what he's going to need. But like who's the guy? Cross. And like I said, I'm not really that in depth into football like you guys are, but we need an offensive line. Oh, thank you. But we need an offensive line, and I just don't understand why we're going to go pick this Pickett guy. And Pickett I don't think he's going to last more than he'd be like the next Will Grier, as far as I'm concerned.
This could shape up to be a very similar quarterback class to 2013, which is
not
historically
good.
One of the worst in NFL history.
Johnny Manziel.
Mike Glennon.
Mike Glennon.
He's still in the league, though.
I mean, sure. Fucking pencil neck.
Anyways, hey, I got to go because I'm busy, but I just want to call a great show.
Yeah,
we got to go, too. We're busy also.
We got to go go stop some balls around. Thanks, Henstar.
How much of the draft are you going to watch, Lemmy?
I got bowling tomorrow, so we're going to go to the start just to kind of experience the Bucks at the Buck Stadium because it's right by the bowling alley I bowl at. So we're going to probably just, take Walker down there for the beginning part of it. And Ashley's never been to it. So we're going to probably just walk through. And then at bowling, I'll obviously, look up at it and see what's going on. I mean, the Bucks draft, at 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon? Or 12 o'clock at midnight pretty much, the way the draft goes.
Yeah, the 1 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
People come in as they draw this fucker out as long as they possibly can.
And then when they do all the trades and they reset for 15 minutes, because they're talking about a lot of trades.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a ton of trades because whenever you have low quality, I mean, you've got a lot of talent at certain positions. This is a good wide receiver heavy class. It's a good defensive end class. It's a good offensive lineman, defensive tackle. You've got some depth there. So you'll have teams that are willing to trade back. The question is who's willing to be stupid enough to move up. The Cowboys, yeah, they're pretty dumb. Washington's
Jones.
Pretty stupid. So they're people you can fleece. If I'm Detroit, I'm looking to trade back. I don't need the 2 pick. They're not ready to compete this year. They've got every single guy's under a 1-year deal pretty much. So if I'm them and I can get Dallas to want to move up for number 2 for some reason, from 20. Well, that's pretty far back. You don't want to be picking 24.
No.
But if you could trade back from 2 to like
15?
7 or 8,
you don't think in the teens? Too far back?
No, I think Atlanta might be the team to spot because if you believe that Atlanta is high on Malik Willis and you think that Carolina might take a chance and go for him, or then they have incentive to trade up to grab him.
Well, they were talking about Atlanta possibly going for the guy out of Ole Miss.
Yeah, Coral.
Yeah. Which you could trade back for him.
You probably don't need to stretch. I wouldn't worry. I think he's going to be the 3rd quarterback off the board. I wouldn't worry too much about picking him until the first 2 went. And then I'd want to be in a position. Obviously, if you're, drafting and you're up and you're Atlanta at number 8, you don't have much of a choice but to take your quarterback there if you believe that your quarterback's in this draft. But I would never take a quarterback that I wasn't 100% sold was going to be a Pro Bowler.
No.
I mean, there's just no point. Why? Why take a guy who's going to lead you to 8-8 seasons? It doesn't make sense. You need to be sold that this is the guy who can lead you to a Super Bowl. Otherwise, don't waste a first-round pick on it.
Trade back and get someone else.
Ever.
Henstar, $20 super chat in 641.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brandon.
Oh, it's our USFL expert.
It's our USFL expert, man. Did you see the teabag this weekend? Did you see the special tackle teabag on special teams?
Yeah. Well, I did see that and the drone picked it up really good.
Yeah, the teabagging. If there's more teabagging, I will start watching more USFL football.
I think attendance went from 5 to like 25 after that in the stadium.
It's still more than the NBA. It's still more than the NBA.
We have a special guest.
Oh, God, I just got scared.
Yeah, it was pretty loud, and I didn't hear him walk in. We're talking to Brandon the Quad about About the
USFL.
USFL. Oh, wow.
Honest Cube Club.
Oh,
Oh, he's getting
cool.
some
Wear
T-shirts.
that one.
I'll wear that.
White Bubba Army. Black Bubba Army.
Wow, I'm getting all shirted
What
up.
are you getting, Brian?
Hold on.
Oh, a Dr. Dan shirt? Oh, good. I'll keep this in my car in case I need some toilet paper one day. I'm gonna
Come on,
draw.
Brian,
I'm gonna
it's not
draw
that
all over
bad.
the face.
Yeah, Brian, come on. You got to display them.
Yeah, I'll do a little Stormy Daniels tribute to Dr. Dan. Yeah, little.
Put me on camera.
I'm gonna. Can you turn on his mic, Lummy?
Yeah,
Do you
he's
know
on
how-
Turn on my mic.
Yeah.
All right.
Lummy, am I on?
You're on, Bubba.
I was here doing some stuff for the podcast, advertising, and it was because I was late, and that's why the show was late, so I apologize. I was talking to Blitz. I'm like, well, where's Lummy? He's like, he's been there for 30 minutes, but he didn't interrupt you.
Him and I were having a discussion out there. He's like, "Whoa, what do we do?" And I go, "Do you want to be?" I'm in the studio tomorrow. I said, "I don't want to be on that shit list, interrupting Bubba in his studio so we can do our Jobber Sports show."
Because we could.
I was like, you know, he doesn't want to be here at fucking 3
Yeah.
o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon doing this.
We could hear you listening to and Brian's like, you could hear it. Don't go in there.
Oh, I was editing it.
Yeah.
You know what I should have did? If I would have known you were here, I could have edited it like in the green room or something. And you know, I probably took, 5-10 minutes to edit, so you guys could have got on time. But I was just being a dick. I didn't even, then I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, it's like
4:10.
4:10.
That's
And-
okay.
And Brian's a lawyer and a good one. So how are my Packers going to be this year?
You know, they got to get a receiver. They got to, and they're in the right draft for it.
Yeah.
No, they're picking 22 and 28. Tell Brandon the quad we love you. We got to go.
Love you,
I love
Brandon.
you, bud.
So, yeah,
USFL.
22 and 28, they could trade up if there's a guy they really, really
Now,
want, but
could-
I wouldn't because there's so much wide receiver talent.
Who's projected at 22, 28? Like, what can you get one of the guys from Alabama?
It's
Alabama or Arkansas.
our kid or the kid from Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so
But now,
the
will
top
you-
6 wide receivers are like can't miss, surefire.
Okay, so the top 6, but will the top 6 be there at 22?
Maybe, yeah.
Or will there be a run on receivers?
Once the first one goes, there will be a run because the Steelers need a wide receiver. The Vikings are going to take a wide receiver.
God, the Vikings got that one kid a couple years ago. Who was he?
Jefferson.
He's good as hell.
Yeah.
The kid from Cincinnati went a year ago. Who was that? AJ? I forget. Who's the kid from the
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah. He was tough. Then who else? Metcalf. That was a couple years ago, though, wasn't it?
Judge Ray, $20
I
super
think
chat.
Metcalf was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
But I mean, listen, it just shows the conundrum of the what's the kid that we fucking drafted, the quarterback we drafted
Jordan Love?
sucks.
Jordan Love.
It just shows you how much of a fucking bullshit draft that was. Especially, you've given Aaron Rodgers what he wanted, and you didn't let him know about Jordan Love. Now you're behind the 8 ball on a receiver. If you would have got what receivers were available when you took Love?
Right.
I mean, I think the kid from Cincinnati was still on the board, or was he taken already?
No. Chase went, I think, in the top 10.
Well, Chase was only a year. This is
Okay,
rookie
so just
year.
look. If you guys could look for me, I'm not trying to commandeer your show or
No.
nothing.
I wanted to. I was hoping that you'd be in here. And
But-
so,
well, no, you weren't, but-
so 2020. No, I was. I said to Lummy, I said, "Do you think Bubba will stay on with us?"
For a little bit. But like if you look at the 2020 draft and you look, okay, so just look at what was available. First of all, didn't they draft up to get Love?
Yes.
They traded up.
Yeah.
To get Love. And they took Love at what, 26?
They moved up from 30 to 26 to get Love.
Okay, so look at every wide receiver
T.
from
Higgins, who's killing it.
Yeah,
Michael Pittman
That was
Jr.
the kid from Cincinnati I was talking
Yeah.
about.
No, he was Clemson. But he plays on Cincinnati, the Bengals.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what I meant. He was available.
Yeah. T. Higgins.
And he's killing it, ain't he?
Michael Pittman Jr.
Is he killing it?
They're both.
If he had a
they're both
good wide
studs.
receiver, he would be killing it.
with a good quarterback, he'll
Yeah.
do very well this year with
If Pittman
Matt
was
Ryan.
with Rodgers,
it'd be
lights out.
Lights out.
So if we didn't have Jordan fucking Love, we had Pittman or T. Higgins.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have had to have traded up to get them, so that means you would have had another pick because you traded up to get
Right.
Jordan Love.
How about the kid from Colorado that went to Jaguars? Did he ever amount to?
Lavishka Chenault. He is not really coming to form, but
How about
he
the
was
kid
on
from the
but he was on the
Broncos?
Jaguars.
He's on the Jaguars.
How about
That's
the
the problem.
KG? How about the kid from the Broncos?
The KG Hamler. He hasn't done much yet.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool. He's been good. He's been really good for Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Neil Montplaisir.
But yeah,
beer
that's.
suck,
I mean,
$20
you're
super chat.
100% right.
So is this all starts and stops with what you get? Jordan Love was a waste of pick. I mean, what are they going to keep him there until his fifth-year rookie option? And then what are they going to do?
What they're talking about, and the rumor is right now, is that they're going to trade him to Seattle.
For what? Fucking two pieces of fucking fried chicken and a fucking
for Metcalf.
wood nickel?
No, they're thinking of Jordan Love in the first rounder for Metcalf.
Oh, they're going to want.
Take that in a minute.
They're going to want both first rounders or just
no,
one?
just one, and probably a late round.
Nobody's
pick.
taking
Nobody's taking that.
Nobody's taking DK Metcalf for a 22.
Well, hold on.
No, and
DK
Jordan
Metcalf's
Love.
And Jordan Love, that's a fucking throwaway.
Hold
but
on,
they
isn't
said
DK
lower
Metcalf
picks.
a stud?
Yeah.
Isn't he a stud?
But he doesn't
he's
want
a man
to
among
Seattle.
boys.
He's like 6'5",
right?
240
a man among boys,
beast.
right?
Yeah.
So they're hold on. Whoever the Seattle general manager is should be taken out back and shot. If you take a fucking 20-second pick and Jordan Love for DK Metcalf,
No, there's more.
You take that deal all day, don't you?
Look at this freak of nature.
This guy's I said he's a man among men.
No, but there's more draft picks with it. They're just saying that's the lower round
Listen,
picks.
if I'm the
and then
Packers,
future.
honest to God, though, Brian, if I'm the Packers and I can get this DK Metcalf character, and what's left on his contract?
He's only got a year and a club option for the 5th.
Yeah.
All right, so you got 2 years on him.
Yeah.
Okay, I give up both. But I give up Jordan Love and both of my number ones for him. Wouldn't you?
It depends upon what's happening.
Packers got 11 picks. It's the first time they've had this many picks since 1967.
No, he's a UFA next year, so you'd have to lock him up now, and he wants a payday.
And he wants Devontae Adams money.
Oh no, he's got he's a UFA in 2023. He's going to want high end money. He's not going to get top 4 money, top 5 money, but I think he's definitely going to be in that range.
He's an $18 to $22 million guy.
He's definitely a $20 to $25 million guy.
Right, exactly. I don't know if the Packers can swing that right now.
All these teams can kick the can down the road far enough that they can make it work. Although what they have invested in Rodgers right now makes it pretty tough.
Yeah, but you're not signing in any of your first round picks.
But
either.
hold on, they got that one kid. They just they got the kind of place for Sammy
Watkins. But he's not a number 1. He's going to be a number 3 slot.
He's weak. I mean, he's such a minor upgrade over Randall Cobb.
Now Cobb's still there though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Cobb's
and they lost Vasquez, Saquon,
Marquez Valdez-Scantling signed with Kansas City,
and he was a guy that stretched the field because he was fast as shit, right?
Yep.
And I
don't know why. Where'd Jarvis Landry end up? Is he
hasn't been signed yet.
How the fuck have the Packers not signed Landry? He's
good
amazing,
is he?
Awesome.
He's good.
He's a solid receiver.
He's a solid number 2.
Was he from
He's
Detroit?
solid number 2. No, he was with Cleveland,
and he was
stuck with the
Dolphins.
shitbirds that they had down there. And before that, he was with the Dolphins.
So why isn't Gutekunst on with him immediately?
I don't know, because it would give them leverage in the draft to not need a receiver so badly.
So then they go out and get an edge guy. You go out.
Well, you got 22 and 28, so you're gonna.
You go out and get a receiver and an edge guy.
Yeah.
You go out and get. That's what you do.
And
then I think they got a pretty decent number 3, and then I think they got 2 4s.
Yeah,
they got a compensatory pick for the All-Pro center they lost, and for the running back that went to Detroit, Williams.
If you're running out a wide receiver core that's Jarvis Landry, Alan Lazard, Jahan Dotson, and Sammy Watkins with Randall Cobb on the backside, you're happy with that, and Rodgers can make that work, especially in that division.
And then you go out. Who's an edge rusher that's going to be there at 20? At 28. At 28,
there's going to be a rush on the edge. Well, actually, there's rush and tackle, I think, towards the end of the first round. But
who's the edge guy? The Florida State guy?
No, he's going to be gone by then.
No, you might have a shot at either the kid from Penn State, Arnold Epikiti. He'll probably be there. You'll have to, these guys are not. The top 4 are going to be off the board very quickly.
Is that how good they are?
Yeah. They're
how about that one kid at the combine who was like, I think, a DT, and he ran a 4.5. It's the fastest 40 of any human being over 325 in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Who was that guy?
Jordan Davis from Georgia.
Yeah.
From Georgia. And isn't he now like maybe a top 5 pick?
Oh, he's going to be off the board pretty early.
And Jordan Davis, where are they predicting that he goes?
I think they've got, let's see, some of the predictions.
Right now, they got him like mid-range.
Yeah, they've got him mid.
They got him mid-pack?
Yeah. Because the other guy from Georgia,
They got Georgia.
Trayvon
They got
Walker.
him going to the Eagles.
Yeah.
At what pick?
15.
15?
Yeah.
When's the draft? This weekend?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 8 p.m. though, so it's past our bedtime.
I'm ready to get. I'm ready to go home, and I'm way past my whole 2, 4, 6, fucking 8, 10.
I know you're gonna be. Tomorrow's gonna be something.
But I would love to sit in with you guys. I mean, I know a little bit about sports.
And what you don't know, you ask really good questions, and you know enough to keep the conversation.
How about
going.
this, Brian? How about the Lightning? Are the Lightning now just starting to kind of roll into it with the new guys they got before the trade deadline? It seems like they were in that 6-7 game skid there for a little bit when they were kind of getting to know it. But I think now they're real. I mean, they just whipped the Panthers fucking ass.
Yeah.
Right? And I think
Columbus
that, what are they going to be, the 5th seed?
They're going to be the 5 seed going into Toronto, who hasn't won a first-round series in about 15 years. Toronto has Austin Matthews. They're a solid team. Goaltending is not good enough to win in the playoffs. So I like the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I like the Lightning to beat the Maple Leafs in
5.
6. No, it'll go 6. It'll go 6.
At the end of the day, is everything on the East going through Carolina?
No, Florida.
You think
Florida's pretty solid too, but again, it all comes down to goaltending. I think Carolina has the goaltending. They're more of so in the playoffs, these high-powered offenses. You've got to have good goaltending.
Right.
You've got to. You're not going to win games 6-5 in the playoffs.
And you got to have a big guy like a big goon like Hedman. You got to have a Hedman. You have a goaltender.
You have to have a shutdown number 1 D-man. You have to have 2 good defensive sets that you're rolling out there. And the Lightning have 2 of the best when they roll out Hedman and anybody, and McDonough and anybody. And then you got Sergachev, who's on a 3rd line, who's probably
who would probably
the best.
be a one-liner on any other team.
He'd be a 2, definitely a 2. But yeah, he's good
on the
enough
Blackhawks. He'd be a 2.
No, the Blackhawks he'd be a 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's good enough. And then you look at the role players they have. Nick Paul has come in and has just been a breath of fresh air. They got to get him locked up. He's been a great pickup. Brandon Hagel hasn't done anything yet. He's still trying to find his legs. But I think so. The word was Stamkos got up into the players a little bit as the captain when they were struggling. And from reading between the lines and listening to the quotes and everything, I think it was Kucherov who he really got into.
Oh, really?
And saying and the last
didn't a couple years ago they benched Cooch for didn't Coop bench Cooch one time?
Yeah, because he was fucking lollygagging on
Right.
defense. He was like giving minimal effort, and I think that was they were kind of coasting, and Stamkos got up and crawled up in their ass. In the last 5 games, they look like nobody can touch them.
As a captain, can you do that? Can you get up in people's? I mean, that's kind of your role, isn't it, a little bit?
Yeah.
Do you think the coach can kind of go to the captain so the coach doesn't look? Because coming from the coach is one thing, but coming from a guy that's doing a captain, and especially a guy like Steven Stamkos, who's a Hall of Famer. I mean, fucking the man. So when he can, do you think Coop? Hey Stamo, fuck, get up in these motherfuckers' asses.
Yeah.
And that way, I know they kind of work in concert together a little bit. Do they? Does the captain and the coach? Is it unreasonable for them to have that?
No. You need that. You need to have good cohesion. You need to be on the same page.
Does the captain and the coach ever have like meetings?
Yeah, I'm sure they have. Probably.
Well, the assistant coaches do have the captain's meeting too. So
Yeah.
I'm sure Cooper told the assistant, hey, let him know. But I'm sure Stamkos noticed it. They were on a losing streak.
Now, did you know, Brian, back in the day when I was on 98 Rock, and what was the guy? Ludzik, Steve Ludzik was the coach. Do you remember?
Yes.
He was the coach. He was my boy. He was such my friend that, true story, I would park back in where the players park, and I could go anywhere I wanted. And after the games, I would go sit in Ludzik's office and hang out with him for 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
And go in the locker room. That's when, who was the one guy that was my boy?
the Canadian.
A Canadian guy, and he was funnier and shit.
Chris. Wasn't it Chris?
I knew Grattan. Grattan was a really good friend of mine, but he was not Marty St. Louis.
Not Vinny.
No, God.
He was a defenseman, right?
Chris Dredger.
No, God, he was an old timer, and he didn't give a fuck.
Dave Andrechuk?
No, this would have been like circa 97,
Brian
98.
Bradley?
Nope, keep going on. He was really popular. He was really fucking popular. Soon as you say it, soon as you say his name, he was a super good friend of mine. And one time we did our show live and put Tom the Tree Man in goal. We did our show live from the arena in the mornings and put Tom the Tree Man in goal, and the players just shot on him and just shot the shit out of him. I knew Darcy really well. Hold on, keep going. Nope, Sammy, slow down.
That was 2000.
Nope, keep going. Keep going. No. He was an old timer. Nope, any on that page. Go, is that 99?
That was 98.
Go 99.
That was 98, 99.
Not Darcy Tucker. Did you know Sean Burr died years ago?
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
Let me see. Because I want to tell you who this guy is. Oh, hold on, slow down. There's Sean Burr. I think I've been on this team here. And he used to cuss, and he'd come on my show all the time.
Wasn't Chris Gratton?
No, it wasn't Gratton. No, but it was before Vinny was on the team.
Man.
Check 97. Check 97.
All right. 97, 98.
I think he was a pretty high scorer. Dino Cicerelli.
Oh, okay.
It was Dino Cicerelli.
Yeah, he was popular.
Oh yeah, and he was and he, I think he's a Canadian.
Yep.
And he played I don't know how many years.
You want to feel old? He's 62 now.
Holy.
Yeah, you want to feel old? I just turned 50.
56.
50. Is I 56?
56.
No, I'm 57, aren't I?
The balloon said 56.
I'm 56. Yeah. I don't even, how old are you?
I just turned 40.
Yeah, that's how young you are.
Yeah.
I'm that much older than you.
Yeah, 16.
I feel like
You're old enough to be my daddy.
And I'm having to go to you to solve my problems. That's the fucked up thing. Hold on. For years he played for what's that?
Minnesota North Stars.
Minnesota North Stars.
Yeah, and then he went to Detroit.
Washington Capitals.
I think we got him from Detroit.
We got him from Detroit. He was only here for 1 year. No, 2 seasons.
2 seasons, yeah. Dino
Cicerelli.
No,
97, 90, 96, 97, 97, 98. Yeah.
Dino Cicerelli. And then we had...
They traded in mid-90...
Enrico Ciccone, remember that?
Yes.
He was the goon.
Yep.
He'd be like, Chico's on the ice, Chico would take care of you. So I used to... And so Weeks, there was a kid named Kevin Weeks. He was an African-American goalie.
Remember?
And he was a goalie at the time. But I used to go and actually... be in. I mean, that would be unheard of by today's standards.
No, there's no way, especially with COVID and all that shit.
Just with anybody.
Nobody's getting in there.
Just nobody.
Yeah.
And then when Orrin Cools bought the team, he was my boy. I used to ride motorcycles with him, and he continued to let me have VIP.
Yeah,
and
he
then
bit
it all
off
went
more than
down.
he could chew.
Yeah.
With that,
But hold on. He is the one that drafted Stamkos.
No. They were doing a great job. And when I've read the story on how Vinnick acquired the team from them, and he was really important and integral in helping to make that happen. Orrin was, because he wanted the team to succeed and he cared about the people that worked there and all of that. And they were talking about maybe the Lightning not working here. And then Vinnick came in and he's like, no, I can make this work. He wanted to buy a team.
I think it wasn't Cools. It was
his partner.
It was the Barry guy, Lynn Barry or whatever the fuck.
Had he bought him out already? I thought Orrin sold to...
It was Mark Berg, right?
But
yeah, and
he was Cools, and the two of them owned it together.
Yeah, and the other guy, Lummy, I think, was the problem.
It was the
Orrin was the saw director, right?
Yeah, and Orrin made he had enough money. He had enough money to. If you look at, I think he's worth honest to God, $500 or $600 million.
Really?
Yeah. Look at Orrin Cools' net worth.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I don't know how to spell his name.
It's like
ORENKOUL.
No, it's K. It's OREN
KOULES.
KOU right there. Net worth down one. Right there.
It's about 5 to 10.
Right there. Boom.
5 to 10 million.
19
million. Okay, well, I'm way off.
Well, he lost his ass on the Lightning.
Well, they paid like what? Like $125?
This says his net worth is $700,000.
No, that's bullshit.
I've seen a few that
has him bankrupt.
Not a lot of money. Estimated net worth is $2 million.
He owned the Saul franchise and still does, and owns also.
I think this is low. Because he had it, let's see, beachfront. He listed it at $5 million.
He was a good dude.
Well, it looks like he bought the team for $206 million and sold it to Vinnick for $160.
Yeah, they lost their ass in that deal.
And now what's the team worth?
And they were losing. The team's worth 1 point. I mean, it's worth whatever somebody's going to be willing to pay for it. But based upon what we've seen, it's got to be worth almost $1 billion now.
If I won the lottery, I would buy a team and let you be the general manager, because you remind me of like a fucking Billy, who's the guy from the Oakland
Billy Bean.
You remind me.
Cooper's an attorney, right?
Who?
John Cooper.
No.
Yeah. Coops is an attorney.
I don't want you coaching. I want you running the numbers.
I couldn't coach.
I want you run. I could coach. I want you running the numbers. I want you,
He graduated from Thomas M. Cooley Law School in Lansing, Michigan, and practiced law for 5 years, was a public defender for 1 or 2, and then had his private practice. He started playing hockey again while attending law, and ultimately led to his first Catholic coaching job at Lansing Catholic High. He went from law school to playing hockey to a high school head coach to the NFL, and probably the best coach in the game right now.
NHL.
Oh yeah,
NHL.
I mean, now, is the Lightning ever in fear of losing him?
No, they've got him locked up.
I know. I mean,
he'll coach here as long as he wants. But he's not gonna make a move like that to go to a bigger market or anything. He's very. I don't get that sense from him.
And do you think he's competitively paid?
Oh yeah.
Do you know does he?
I don't know. NHL coaches' salaries are tough to get. But I'm certain he's in the top 5.
And so if you were like, who are the top 5 coaches?
He's the longest tenured coach in the NHL.
He said that right now he's making about $4 million,
which is at the high end of
so
the
an
range.
NHL coach ranges from 1 to 5, so he's on the high end of the deal.
Joel Quenneville was, but he got shit canned.
The guy from Florida.
Yeah.
And they just gave him
now,
a
do you
3-year
think he got a
extension.
raw deal, or did he know about the sex deal?
Yeah, he did. They wouldn't have let him go if he didn't have it all over him.
Here we go. Up.
See how many unknowns there are. I mean, it's hard to get those. It's hard to get those salaries, man.
So
the last one was $4 million. They don't know what his new deal is.
What is the most richest prestigious? I mean, we're probably one of the most prestigious franchises right now in the league, are we not?
The original 6 ones always will be. So you got Toronto, Montreal,
Chicago,
New York,
Detroit.
Chicago, Detroit,
the Rangers,
and the Bruins. Those are the 6 most valuable.
All right, so let's say like Boston.
But media market matters.
Okay, so
and
let's say the Rangers,
down. Right,
who is in the number 1 media market,
right,
all right, and need help,
right,
and they offer Coop $8 million.
They're trending in the right direction. I think they like this Gerard Gallant guy that they have.
I know, but let's just say,
So I think a more apropos one would be a team like Detroit. I mean, really, especially with Yzerman.
I mean, Yzerman be like, man, I got to get me some Coop.
Yeah.
I went down there. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we're still reaping benefits from Yzerman's trades and insight, are we not?
I mean, Brisbois learned everything he knows. Brisbros, Squizquos knows everything he knows from training under Yzerman. And Yzerman's already got Detroit trending in the right direction.
He does, but he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't have Coop.
No. He doesn't have a championship caliber head coach yet, I don't think.
So
Jeff Blashill is going to be it.
Who now? Is it true they had to give Eyes a little ownership to get him up there? I heard they gave him a little ownership to get up there.
I think he wanted something because he knew he would be inheriting a dumpster fire, and he was leaving the sweetest, best gig he could have down here.
Right.
And he really did like it in Tampa.
How good is Tampa's minor league system?
Oh, the Syracuse. So here's the thing.
I mean, let's say
their player development is tops in the league. They get the most out of the least because they've traded away all of their number 1 draft picks for like the last 6 or 7 years. They don't have anything to show for it. Cal Foote, I think, is maybe the last one that they have, but everybody else has been traded. But they get these 5th and 6th round guys, and they develop them. I mean, look at Tony Cirelli was not a highly touted.
Let me turn the air
pick.
down too.
I don't think Palat was that high of a pick.
Cooch was a first rounder, wasn't he?
Cooch was. I don't remember when. Let's see.
Cooch was what, 5 years ago?
What about the Rays? Rays going to be okay?
They're going to be okay, but they're not going to be much better. He was 58th overall, Cooch.
Second round.
Yeah. And then Palat was drafted.
Where was Point?
208th overall, Palat.
How about Point?
He was down there. I think he was.
Whoever fucking found that guy.
Well, and they developed.
Give that guy a Browns.
You know, they find these guys that.
Where was he at?
He was, let's
79th.
see. 79th.
So that's almost a third rounder.
Yeah, that is a third rounder in the NHL.
Let's go over to the Rays. Not so good.
No, they're good.
They're okay. They're 9-8. The problem they have is offensive consistency is not there, and their pitching staff is just fucking beat to shit. So they've got, Fairbanks out injured, Baz out injured, Glasnow out injured. All of these guys would be surefire starters for them. So they're rolling right now. Their ace is essentially a rookie, Shane
What happened to the
McClanahan.
one kid a couple years ago that was like a pitcher and also a real good
Brendan
hitter?
McKay.
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
He's still in the franchise, but injuries kind of derailed his career.
Is he down in the league? Is he in the minors?
Yeah,
he's not going to be a pitcher because he tore his arm.
he's fucked up his arm.
Is he good? I mean, is he what he is? How about the Franco kid? Is he?
He's everything he's advertised to be, and then some.
Really?
They got the best contract deal with him maybe in the history of baseball.
It's pretty much similar to Evan Longoria deal.
But I think he's going to perform at a higher level than Longo did. His tools are so much better. He's off the charts. His hand speed is exceptional.
Now, how many years has he been with? How many years was he in the minors? 2.
2. He fast tracked.
Yeah, but isn't it? I mean, like people like Robin Yount. Who's the last guy never to play in the minors? Has there ever been a guy? Isn't Robin
Straight
Yount
from college or probably back then? Yeah.
We got Dave Winfield. Technically.
Who?
Dave Winfield came from college, but if you're looking at high school, Robin Yount did.
Robin Yount, Milwaukee Brewers, I think might have been one of the last. Was he out of high school, Lummy?
Yeah, he was 18.
Tim Conroy and Brian Milner are the most recent players to go straight from the high school to MLB, having debuted on the same day in 1978.
All right, but how about
Dave Winfield is the most recent to jump directly to MLB.
Hit the link next down right there. Yeah, right there. List of baseball players who are these people
directly.
These people didn't go to college.
These fuckers put them in alphabetical order on us.
Why wouldn't Jim Abbott? So these are guys who went to college and then
some of them went to college. The high schoolers, it's been since
78.
Since 78.
But like a lot of these guys, Jim Abbott went to Michigan. He never spent a day in the minors. Jim Abbott.
Somebody just did it. Garrett Crochet, who's pitching for the White Sox, did it last year.
Went right from Tennessee.
Yep. Mike Leakey. I mean, Chan-Ho Park. I mean,
yeah, that isn't. I mean, that's
Jim Abbott. I think is probably the most successful player of recent who did it.
Catfish Hunter was a pitcher and went right from some shitty high school in North Carolina right to the.
Well, I mean, you could kind of tie John Olerud he was better. He had a better career.
Scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, John Olerud did, but Abbott's story's cooler. One hand,
Yeah, he was a one-arm Willie, wasn't he?
Yep.
John Olerud.
He would switch the glove over.
I know he was a badass. Who's the greatest baseball player of all time? Did he just die a few years ago? Hammer and Hank Aaron.
He's up there, man. It's so hard to, Babe Ruth was he was a drunk and he was going against guys that were mechanics and,
Right.
And so, yes, he was definitely the greatest in his era. But when you're talking, even in the 60s, a lot of these guys were
selling cars in the wintertime.
Yeah. And it wasn't a full-time profession.
P. Rose?
Charlie Hustle's up there. Yeah, absolutely. In the top 5-10 of players of all time. I mean, Mike Trout. Honestly, if he can stay healthy, he's a stud. He is a 5-tool absolute.
Is he with the Angels
stud.
still?
Yep.
Yeah. Is Madden ever? Is he going to get canned out of there?
Yes.
Yeah.
For real, Madden's gone.
No one's liking what he's doing there.
Is Madden small ball bullshit? Fucking.
No, he's not even small ball now. He's fucking analytics bullshit and trying to be above everyone else, like outsmarting everyone.
Well, first of all, Kevin Cash is the motherfucker that does that.
Well,
right?
yeah, a lot of his coaching decisions come from the upstairs. Kevin Cash isn't making a lot of independent choices as the head coach of the Rays.
Are you serious?
No.
Like John.
Well, how about
Like they have a
hold
script.
on.
They say.
So hold on.
Yeah, he does.
As the game is not personnel wise or maybe who bats what order or who's playing what, but as the game is being played, he's probably making all the decisions. Are you saying that could potentially come from upstairs
no.
too?
They've talked this out. Like the decision to pull Blake Snell in the World Series was because that was a predetermined. Once he gets to this position and this pitch count or this spot in the lineup, he's out. We're not going to let him because our analytics say that if he faces batters for a third time through the order, that
they've seen him twice.
They're more likely. They're 50% more likely to get a hit than they were in the first 6 innings, and so now we're going to pull him.
All right, that's one indicator. But I'm talking about, I don't know if they had a ball game today or not or tonight, but like, coaching decisions that are happening.
Like, what are you talking about? Shifts and things? Those are all preset.
Yeah.
The shifts?
No, I'm talking about like pulling a pitcher or putting a designated hitter in there.
Some of it is feel. Some of it's feel, but a
80-20
lot of it is...
Who's making those? I mean, is there a guy,
Well, no, he's the one pulling the trigger on those types of decisions, but a lot of it is just they already know what they're going to do in that situation. I mean, some of it's easy. Like, if you're going to pinch hit for Zunino, then you're bringing in Mejia.
I'm talking about like calling a hit and run or calling like a stolen base or calling like a...
Yeah, some of that stuff he's probably calling. I imagine he's coaching, but he coaches the least out of all the coaches in baseball, I think.
For real?
Yeah.
And
a lot of times the pitchers,
who is the guy who's the Wizard of Oz that's pulling Cash's strings?
It's the chain. It's all the upstairs guys. I don't even know who they are now.
If you were to be a general manager of one sport, where do you think you would be the best? What sport do you know the best inside and out?
To be like a player personnel GM.
Yeah. I
don't think I know. I know about the players and everything, but to actually know the ins and outs of the sport.
Which sport do you know the most of?
I probably know the most of football and baseball.
How about NBA? You got
hockey?
NBA?
I'm pretty good on that as well now.
Does anybody even care about NBA anymore?
No.
No, we do have one listener who does.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck about NBA. Do you?
No. Did you see this bad boy right here? Our number one listener.
No, I don't. I can't see any of
Little
that shit.
Purple.
I don't.
$299.99.
I love that guy.
He's the best.
And he's putting money in for his dad now, and it's all a win-win for me. I got a Zelle, I got a Venmo, I got a PayPal, I got it all. I'm a stripper. I'm a daytime bitch at the Oz.
Not one person cares about the NBA.
No,
really.
We've tried to have discussions about it on here.
Who gives a fuck about it?
Nobody cares.
I mean, like, I don't give a fuck about LeBron James. So, I mean, the last player
I respect him as an individual. My respect for him as a player has dropped dramatically over the last 4 years.
I think the greatest. Now listen, since Kobe was kind of the last guy I cared about. I mean, and Kobe was kind of a selfish player too.
I cared about LeBron up until like the last 3 or 4 seasons, but before that, I enjoy seeing greatness. Like, I cheered on Brady and the Pats all those years because greatness to that level only comes around so often, and to hate on it. Just to hate on it makes no sense to me. And I understand you're going to have that, and they're polarizing figures and all of that. But, man, when you have greatness like that and you get – I mean, it's so rare now in sports to have level of sustained success.
You only have a Wayne Gretzky, a Tom Brady –
Michael
Jordan, a Larry Bird. You only get in baseball. I don't know who would be that guy in our era.
Derek Jeter.
I don't know. I don't even think Jeter was that. No. Jeter wasn't.
Jabba Chamberlain.
No. Hold on. Jeter wasn't that good.
No, Jeter was pretty good.
I mean, okay, what's his
He was the captain on one of the winningest teams of all time for a sustained period.
Hold on. He wasn't above the average guy like the way Gretzky was or the way Jordan was.
Very few in baseball are. I mean, you've got
who's the last baseball player that was that
guy? It's Mike
guy?
Trout right now.
Was that guy?
Miggy Cabrera's up there.
Right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting old. He's getting long in the tooth.
What was Jeter's career batting average?
310.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
That's okay.
He started to play now.
How about A-Rod? Who was better, Jeter or A-Rod?
I mean, from a clutch perspective and who you'd want to be leading your
from
team.
a statistical.
A-Rod, I mean, if you're looking at power numbers, A-Rod kills him. I mean, it's.
How about Griffey Jr.?
I mean, he was the best swing of all time.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Nobody had a better swing.
Who's a better
than him.
ball player? But if you had to pick, if you're a general manager and you have to get a Jeter, you get your choice of one: Jeter, Griffey Jr., or A-Rod. That's a fucking question. I ask good questions.
Yeah, no, you do. I'm taking. If I know he's going to stay healthy, I'm taking Griffey Jr.
Yep.
Really?
And then Jeter, and then A-Rod. A-Rod was a distraction. He dealt with injuries. A lot of money. Yeah, he cost a lot.
I'll tell you who.
A ton.
I'll tell you who was good as fuck and never got. Fred McGriff was good as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He was so consistent. You know, when you got these guys that hit 20 to 30 home runs every single year of their career for 15 years, that's impressive.
Carl Everett, remember that guy?
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean. Who
was the other guy from Tampa? An old Tampa guy.
Yeah, Derek Bell, Gary
You mean
Sheffield.
Carl Crawford?
No.
He's talking about guys from here. Yeah, Derek Bell.
No, he lived down by me in a big white house.
Gary Sheffield.
Sheffield.
He was great.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about I forget the dude's name.
Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah, maybe it was Sheffield. I don't know. Was
Sheffield had the
good?
White House down in St. Pete by
Who?
Sunshine Skyway. Sheffield did.
Sheffield was good as Gary Sheffield. He was good as fuck, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good.
No, he was good. I wouldn't call him like an all-time legend, but he was a very consistent player. He had a span in his career where he was pretty solid.
He played 22 years in the league.
Yeah, never won an MVP.
What was his career batting average, Sheffield?
He did 292.
Yeah. He had a bunch of homies.
907 OPS though for his career is pretty damn good.
What's OPS?
That's on base percentage plus slugging. Which, to put it in perspective, A-Rod, who's obviously a power hitter, was 930. Sheffield never hit for as much power as A-Rod.
What's the all-time greatest?
But he was still a 500 home run guy.
What's the greatest POS or whatever you call
OPS?
it? Yeah.
Who's the all?
That piece of shit.
I imagine it's got to be Babe Ruth has the highest OPS of all time.
Just type in highest OPS.
Yeah, I guess so.
Highest OPS of all time.
It was Babe Ruth. I think it was Ted Williams. And then
Williams, then Ruth, then Gehrig.
Well, go down to here. I mean, let's go since our
Ruth
grandpas have been
Ruth
alive.
was number one.
Ruth's number one.
Williams to Gehrig.
Williams, Gehrig, Bonds. Jimmy Fox, Hank Greenberg.
There's Trout.
Roger. Yeah,
There's
and that's
Trout.
when I say that he is. I mean, the numbers.
What does Trout make a year?
30
million?
35.
Who's the highest play guy in baseball right now?
Man, who was it? It was just this offseason, right?
It's the pitcher.
Is David Price still a thing?
No.
Is he still playing?
He's still playing.
But he's not
for who?
He's still a thing.
The Dodgers.
He's doing great for them, dude. What are you talking about?
Who's he playing for?
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers
He had
are
a great year last year.
Price?
Yeah.
What are they paying him?
5-2 with a 4.03 ERA. That's
Great.
That's a great
5.03.
year
Yeah.
for a pitcher in his 14th year in the league.
Right now, or that's last year?
No, he's 0-0 with a 193 this season.
That's
he only
pretty
pitched 4 2/3 innings though. They're using him out of the bullpen now because they're so stacked. But no, he's sustained. I mean, he never was at the level he was at.
Did
with
Archer
the Rays
get
after that?
Archer
but
get picked up?
Nobody's touching him.
Why?
I can't believe the Rays signed him to begin with.
Why?
Because he's fucking done. The guy can't go more than 2 innings. I mean, he's every time he goes out, he gets hurt. Every time.
Archer's on the Twins.
They signed him?
Yeah.
Is he really
That's
playing?
a Rocco Baldelli deal.
There's no way Chris Archer's pitching.
They're saying Chris Archer's
They
pitching
signed,
like a
they signed him
motherfucker.
on Minnesota.
They signed him. Is he pitching?
No, I mean, but they signed. I mean, I'm just saying.
Hold on,
No, he is pitching.
He's 0-3.
0-0 with a 3.18 ERA. He's gone 11 innings in 3 starts.
He's getting hammered.
As a starter.
So they brought him up. That's not bad. 3.18.
No,
It's not bad.
he's got a 1.324 whip though, man. That ain't good. That's a lot of luck in there on the earned runs. With your whip is over 1.25.
What about that one statistic they do in baseball, like wins over like
That's WAR.
Yeah, WAR.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the number one stat that they use?
Wins above replacement. It used to be a huge stat, and you would look to that.
Look at WAR right now.
Yeah, no, I mean the WAR leaders,
all-time WAR leaders is Mike Trout.
Well, he's at 77.3 for his career. But what they do cool on this site is if you go down here, they'll like do comps for other batters with similar WARs. So hold on one second. Let's see here. His Hall of Fame, like they'll do these different statistics. So this is what the average Hall of Famer ranks and where they're currently at. Like his batting, a likely Hall of Famer on the Hall of Fame monitor statistic is 100 and higher is good, and he's a 143.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, just such a surefire dude. His career WAR is 77.3. The average WAR of a Hall of Famer is 71.6.
So he's a first-time motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't Madden win with him?
Pitching. They spent too much, and they had some bad contracts that hindered them, including for a while Pujols.
Who's on the fucking Angels that matter besides Trout? Is there anybody?
The pitcher and hitter. He does both at the same time.
Oh yeah, they have Ohtani.
Yeah.
They should be able to win with this shit, fucking right.
I mean, you need more than one pitcher, but yeah, they've got.
Why didn't the Cubs keep Madden?
Shohei Ohtani.
Did Madden just run his welcome out of the? I mean,
Sure
what
did.
happened there? They just finally called him out.
He kept doing his bullshit stuff, and
they got Syndergaard too. They've got some.
I know why did he get ran out of Chicago?
Pretty much, he was doing his bullshit, his small ball bullshit. It wasn't really winning. The players started turning against him. So
that's what happens? The players start turning on you, don't they?
They, if they're because most of them want to display their skills to get contracts. So if you're hindering them, it'd be like you're a radio stud, right? And the station manager is making you do overnights instead of moving up where you should be,
right?
And not letting you, telling you you've got to do these different stop sets and really micromanaging what you do,
off, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start my own shit. And guess what? I got my own PayPal and my Venmo.
Well, what happens is players just start leaving, like they're forcing trades and they're not re-signing, and when that happens, it's clearly the coach is not.
What happened here in Tampa? What did Brady have something to do with Arians leaving?
100%, 150.
I thought they got along.
No. They never got along fully. Brady was like calling his own offense and a lot of times moving on. Yeah, Arians didn't like what was happening, and Brady didn't like working with Arians. And so I think what happened is
he retired.
He retired to put pressure. He said,
"You want me to come back? Put Bolos in there.
Watch what happens to your season ticket sales." And they plummeted. The Bucs were going to have nobody at the fucking games next year. It would have been back to the old days, 50,000, 50,000 people actually showing up.
That's why the Bucs also, when people canceled and they wanted to come back when Brady
2-year commitment, even though Brady's probably only going to play one more.
Yeah.
What about them? They're saying that they're trying to roll him into ownership at Miami. Is that a bunch of bullshit?
That's bullshit. I don't think there's much. I think Brady might have used that for leverage with the Bucs to get Arians fired.
But honest to God, I think the Glazers would be stupid not to use Tom Brady as a fucking ambassador, roll him into 5 to 7 to 10 points, and let him be like a John Elway of the Broncos. I mean,
I'd let him in. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's honest to God, the greatest of all time.
Yeah, there's not even a debate over it. There's no debate.
No, and I'm a guy that is not a Buck fan, but I'm just telling you, he's the greatest of all time. If you have the greatest of all time that's played for your franchise in the last couple of years of his legacy, and you got an opportunity, the Glazers ain't hurting for money. You got an opportunity, and what does that do for your? It probably retains most of your season ticket guys if they think that he's an owner or part of the team or something, right?
It helps. It certainly helps, and the exposure helps, and all of that. I mean,
it's good for free agency. It's good for a lot of things, right?
Unfortunately, it won't happen because his wife wants to move to Miami. And his good friend that is right under Stephen Ross, who's the successor, and Bruce Beal will be the one that he's going to give Brady, because Brady and the Beal guy are like buddies.
Giselle thinks that Tampa's a shithole, little fucking bullshit town. I want to go live in Miami, bitch.
Yeah,
where all the glam and
she wants to be
is.
on the waterfront there in Millionaire Row or Billionaire Row,
Star Island, and whole
island. They are
where you're going to live.
That's their people, Can you imagine? I mean, they're so socially above everybody else.
Why do you want to live
Tampa?
in Pinellas Park when you can live in Davis Island, right?
I mean, yeah. Why do you want to live on Davis Island when you can live on Star Island?
I was trying to put it in my terms.
But it's the same. But that is her terms.
Right. You're right.
It's
you're right.
And so
are you a Bears guy?
No, this is Chris Farley.
Are you a Bears guy?
No.
Fucking Bears. They suck.
They do suck.
They're
fucking
a joke. Horrible.
Colts
are horrible.
Remember, he got so much fucking heat with me, Seth, when he was on the show, and I made a comment about the Bears sucking last year or 2 years ago.
Mitch
Trubisky being a bum.
I don't know what was the worst trade.
He tried to get me. He was not happy with me.
That's
when he said
you got yourself fired.
No, I fully admit that. I still think I should be brought back, but
maybe I should bring you back on Fridays or something.
yeah, you know, Thursdays are open.
Mr. Biscuit.
What would be better for you, Thursdays or Fridays?
From Thursdays are better for me from a scheduling standpoint because Fridays are typically the day if I am going to take off, I'm out of town.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's the way you lawyers roll.
Yeah.
I heard what you made. I got kind of an inside dig at what you make. Motherfucker, you make some good money, bitch. I heard.
Sometimes I got to earn it.
I heard what you're like. I don't know what year it was, but I hear things. I'm like, holy shit, he made that motherfucker made that kind of money.
Well, I only know 1-2 people who would know that would talk to you, so I'm gonna have a little talk with them about.
No, you don't know shit.
Sinking ships.
You don't know shit about shit. I don't even know if the.
Should
I write the number down?
I don't know shit about fuck.
Should I write the number down? Is that Ruthie?
Yeah, that's Ruthie.
All right, I'm gonna write a number down.
Yeah, hold it over there though. So
no, nobody's gonna see it.
All right,
hold on. This was what I heard you made a year. And I don't know what year it was.
Okay. There's been a couple years that have been better than others. Obviously, COVID year was pretty run-of-the-mill. Yes, I have.
That's good as fuck.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me destroy this immediately. But that is good as fuck.
I think you were on camera, actually. I think they might have got...
No, they didn't see the 7.5 million. They didn't see it.
7.5 million. No, it's good. And
hold on. Motherfucker, that's good money.
Yeah, no. And
especially with you, you're not Johnny Extravagant. I need to buy an airplane like me and fucking, that kind of bullshit.
Nope. Working on paying the mortgage down.
That's
got
good.
No student loans, helping my parents.
No wonder your wife stays with you, bitch. I was always wondering why.
Yeah. That and
when the money dries up, though, watch out. They go to running.
You got to keep working, right?
Yeah.
You got to keep working.
I was trying to think about how long I'm going to work, and I think it's going to be forever.
You'd be a hell of a fucking salesman, man. You'd
People
be a
have
hell
told me
of a
that
salesman.
I can sell anything.
You could sell ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
I don't want to be a radio guy.
I'm
one of the best of all time at that. I'm just in a fucking blackball willy.
It's the worst timing ever for you and the career that you're in.
That's all I've had is bad timing.
Yeah.
That's all I've fucking had is bad timing.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Hey, we're fucking.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, we're. I'm not saying killing it, but my team that I got going on, including that stupid motherfucker up there. I got a bunch of great people. Blitz is a little negator, but he's a necessary evil, but I love him. But, Anna's coming into her own. Maybe I just got to fold you into the mix a little bit. But you really piss people off a lot,
I can.
And Dan does too. Maybe
I
that's
can be
good.
a bit of an irritant, but you know what they used to say about Howard Stern? The people who loved him listened for an hour, and the people who hated him listened for 3. So
I understand.
Pig vomit. What do you think? Now I got to ask you seriously because he won't see this, but
let me won't. You can't ever get a straight answer out of him.
No, this is you.
No, this is not me, Bubba. This is on you.
Howard Stern with the whole COVID thing at this point. I mean, has he become like Howard Hughes instead of Howard Stern? Because the fucker won't leave the house.
I got a birthday card from him.
Yeah,
it's up there. Lemmy's got it right to the right. Let me right by the headphone jack.
Like, it seems to me like he's become like this shut-in germaphobe. Like,
I think
what is he fucking afraid of?
Well, first of all,
no comorbidities.
Hold on, when he came to my wedding in 2007, a lot of people don't know this, but just in my wedding at 2007, now this is 2007, in order for him to go, he had to have hand sanitizer on every table. Oh. And when he was in the bathroom, nobody could be in there. He had to have, clear the bathroom. I'm going to use the bathroom. Ronnie's going to watch the door. And it wasn't a big deal because it wasn't a big deal
Stern
at all.
Too.
He went to the bathroom one time.
But that's fascinating.
He went to the bathroom one time, so it didn't put anybody out. Wasn't a big deal. And putting hand sanitizer on every table wasn't a big deal. Probably something I should have done anytime. Anyway. But, I mean, think about this. In the world that he lives in, he loaded up and this, I don't know that he would ever do this again in his career. I don't know what was in the water, what he was thinking. But first of all, he was he loved baths, so he liked the idea of a wedding, I think.
Yeah.
But he got a private jet. He loaded up all of the important, and they flew down here to bullshit Tampa, Florida, stayed 4 or 5 days, and went to my wedding. I mean, it's pretty.
No, that's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
I haven't, and they made it a big part of their show,
right?
And everything, and what happened, and Ronnie going nuts, and all of that,
right?
And it's unprecedented. There's nobody else in his history that's been close to him that he's done that for or with, and made such a big spectacle out of it.
I don't understand for the life of me why there's only and we've had this, and Lemmy, I hate to take this I'm not trying to take a show over. I'm so sorry. I'm going to leave here in a minute because my 246 is all fucked up.
Oh, yeah,
We've got
we
13 minutes left
more
anyways,
minutes.
so you're good.
People are
Oh, hold
telling me-
on. You guys are only...
Till 5:30, 4
Yeah,
to
it's
5:30.
5:30.
We both got kids at home. We got to go help take care
I'm
of.
so sorry. I don't got no kids. I got nothing.
People are telling me in chat that
But hold on, Lummy.
Lummy.
Lummy, they're saying what? Bubba needs to leave?
No, I was left off the list though.
When you're going through why the show was so great, it's a given. You're the biggest, most over guy ever.
Lummy, you really are. Lummy, you are over. I mean, Lummy, honest to God, if I only had to, well, other than Blitz because he keeps me on the air,
I'll tell you what.
I'd probably keep you, Lummy.
You were talking this morning about how much spouses and everything love everybody. Ashley loves you more than anybody else I think that's ever been on your show. Shitbowl Fondler was playing after the Rays opening game.
Shitbowl Fondler.
And she was there like talking shit to them while they were on stage and
Really?
stuff. Oh, yeah.
And that bitch will fight too if she needs to.
Oh, yeah. She was shit talking them. And like, I think little Wilbur fell asleep and she took a photo and she said, "This is how fucking awful this band is." The baby passed out.
But hold on. Here's what I want to talk about.
DVD 128 $10.
Lummy, I apologize if I've commented. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good.
But the star of the show's here. Why not? Fuck.
Exactly.
Fuck. But here's what I don't understand. Maybe Brian can walk me through it. There's only one. So Howard has become very un-Howard-like. Howard and I are friends. I love him more than anything. I will never speak at ill will. But Howard is on the last 2 years of his deal. This COVID thing has really freaked him out. For whatever reason, they have been able to have a pretty good. They've been able to do the remote thing pretty well. They've done it better than anybody. Now, granted, they got I talked to somebody that works there. They got a ton of money invested in how seamless it is and how good. They got technology that most motherfuckers don't have on why it's so good. But if you're Sirius XM and you're losing your Mike Trout, or you're losing your Alex Rodriguez, or you're losing, your highest paid, most valuable, what you've built your franchise on, and you got a guy that was personally handpicked by him that's got another 10 to 12 years in his tank left, that was personally groomed by, handpicked by him. When Howard Stern had to find somebody to do a drive time radio opposite him, I was his selection. How do you not talk to that guy about maybe being there when he's gone? Like, I don't get it. And you know what their answer is? Do you know who I'm hearing they're trying to put up? When Howard leaves, it would just make all the sense in the world to put me in there. Because I'm Howard-like. His audience knows me. The majority of his audience likes me. And I'm similar to what Howard used to be.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
I'm hearing they're grooming McAfee for that spot. Now, I think
he's a good show.
I think hold on. He has the it factor.
Yeah.
I think the guy's very talented. I don't know though that people that are Howard Stern fans are McAfee is more sports.
Yeah. He's
not male lifestyle like we are.
He doesn't touch it.
I think he could be potentially, but he's a sports guy, and I think that you have to kind of stay in that male construction, get her done, hard-working, blue-collar lane. You got Mad Dog. I mean, the sports talk arena is so oversaturated.
Yeah.
That if you're going to make that as your anchor, I think it's a mistake when you got a guy like me that you could get for literally fucking virtually nothing.
The real question is whose name has enough cachet to make a big enough of a splash to make a difference when you announce that this person's coming to Sirius.
It matters what you're looking for. If you're looking to retain Howard listeners, me.
Because they're going to get an exodus.
If you're going to look for somebody to reinvent that space, then it's McAfee. But if you're looking to retain the people, a guy that you paid over $1 billion to garner that audience, there's only one choice.
So
Frank
something
Saladino,
I want
500 stars.
Something I want to talk about. My alibi said after what Howard said about Johnny Depp, fuck him. Howard said Johnny Depp's a narcissist, but then the media conveniently left out the second part of his quote, which I know for sure because I'm one of the biggest narcissists in the world.
Right.
So he's self-deprecated on that. But yeah, they
clickbait and buried him.
When you just read headlines, this is what you're going to get in this world. You can't just read the headlines. He actually said, and I should know because I'm one of the biggest narcissists ever. And so if you don't think Johnny Depp is a bit of a narcissist, of course. He's got to be. Anybody in that position of power and that level of fame.
Anybody that's earned that much money, that's that famous, and is talented in his lane, in his acting lane, is narcissistic. You're narcissistic. I'm narcissistic. Very. Lummy, I don't think Lummy's narcissistic at all. In fact, Lummy needs to become more narcissistic.
That would lose his charm. He's on the opposite end of the spectrum. He's as successful as he is because he doesn't have a narcissistic bone in his body, except when Ashley's pegging him with the narcissist dildo.
With the lap and whopper?
Yeah.
Lummy, are you mad at me because I came in today?
No, not at all.
Listen, I was here doing a spot. I made you late. Then I went upstairs, and I was like, you know what? That's where we keep all the merch, and I'm going to bring Brian a little care package, and then it got away from me a little bit. You know, I get on the air. I can't stop sometimes, motherfucker. It's in my blood.
Can't wait to text Dan my tribute photos.
Oh, God.
Of a big wad of cum on his face?
All over. Bukkake.
Bukkake.
Brian,
Oh, fuck Bukkake.
That may make him feel good, though. Be like...
Brian,
he's going to test drive the new Ferrari Bukkake.
Do you think that, Blitz,
the Twitter account
Yeah,
back?
what do you think?
I think there's a chance. I think we've got to wait for the deal to close. Everybody overreacting on Twitter and this and that and that. Nothing's happened yet, dummies. Okay, nobody's reinserting accounts that were suspended or
Tucker got his the sexy ones.
Dropping, some of them, and they were doing it for
PR reasons.
Right. But it's not because Elon took over and he's mandated it. This deal is going to take months to work itself out. It's still a publicly held company, but
he is the man, is he not?
Elon?
Yeah,
I respect him. I don't necessarily agree.
A lot of people.
I don't necessarily agree with everything he says and does, but who does, right? You never want somebody like that. But I respect. He said, I don't like the way Twitter handles things. And then he went out and fucking bought it so he could change the way it handles things. He put his money where his mouth is.
Well, I mean, that Neo Montpelier, $10 on my Venmo, buddy.
How can you be angry or upset at somebody who puts his money where his mouth is? Yeah, he said he didn't like the way they did it, and he fucking did something about it. He said he was going to go to Mars.
Lummy, are you mad at me because I took over your
it.
show? God damn it, Lummy.
No, he's not mad.
No.
You're twirling your hair right now. That means you're mad.
You're twirling?
I am?
I don't know.
His pubes, maybe. I don't see his hands.
It looks like Bubba. It ended up being the Bubba and Brian show. I was just so close to him. I love him.
We had a couple people who said there should be more of that, and then a lot of people said to get rid of me.
No, I think I should get rid of myself. This is where I say goodbye. I'm so sorry.
No.
I mean, I apologize.
You're good. We got sports next week.
It was a slow sports week anyways, Lummy. You and I were talking about it.
And we did talk about some sports. We got a lot of sports in, but we got some lifestyle shit in. We got a little bit of me in.
Some Howard talk, some serious talk. I will say this, that they would be remiss if they did not bring you back or try to bring you back in some. The problem I see for you is the problem that's been the problem, which is I don't know, how much nobody wants to lose leverage, right? And so
I've lost all my leverage.
No, but how do you keep getting big contracts and working less hours and all of that? And Howard's got leverage with Sirius.
Not anymore. I mean, he's done though.
But
he's not going to sign another deal.
If he loves money.
And I understand that, but they're not going to. They're done. I mean, they're hearing the blowback too. I'm just saying.
They're getting some blowback, but he's also in the news. Like, you want that controversy. He's controversial on the other end of the spectrum now.
But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like, he's done. He's done. He wants to enjoy his hot fucking wife. And
he's at home enjoying her. He has to walk down to the basement 9 hours a week. I mean, that's it.
Let me just look at the clock. What does that mean, Lummy?
9 hours a week.
Oh, that's just checking in for Brian.
Ashley's going to be so pissed if he doesn't get home.
No, really? It's not me. Yeah. What are you talking about?
She makes him breastfeed Wilbur on Thursday nights.
I sit in traffic. I've wanted to go past 5:30 before. Brian's got to be home at 5:30.
Well, I've got to leave around 5:30 because some nights my wife has to work late. So
yeah,
she has to work. Is that the money I wrote down? The kind of money you're making that bitch work?
She's making good money too.
I know, but that figure I wrote down, motherfucker, that's a stay at home all day deal.
We'll stay at home when we've got enough money and put away, and we can stay at home. And that's she likes her career.
Brian
she loves her job.
Petronistein over here, please. My God, let the poor woman rest. I mean,
you got to pay. I got taxes. I got a kid. I prepaid for college.
You got 5 sets of grandparents taking care of.
Yeah,
you got 18 humans living your place.
I think your mom and stepdad are going to be moving in with me soon. I'm going to be taking care of Janie Cakes.
Yeah, and Bubba's going to the community.
Hey, what you got any opinion on Kevin
Hazlett?
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be getting a lot of traction on social media. I don't know.
What do you mean he doesn't be getting a lot of traction?
Like his tweets, I haven't seen them pop like I thought they would. He said some stuff that I thought, okay, this will get. I've been watching. I was like, okay, this.
Why don't you step in and give a fella some help on the blue side of the deal?
On the blue side?
I mean, you're blue all day, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't agree with everything he's saying.
You don't have to. He's your boy.
I know he's my boy.
And if he gets in, we all benefit.
Look, I
mean, you don't want a VIP tour of the fucking White House?
No, I mean,
of course you do.
Yeah, no, I support Kevin. I'm pulling for him. All I said is that his Twitter, he seemed to get more pop when he was more connected with you. And I think
stop.
No, that's my opinion.
Let me tell Brian to shut up.
I'll shut up
you know
now.
what you're talking about. You want a Kevin Hazlett bumper sticker?
I don't put bumper stickers on my car.
It's a magnet. It's an elephant.
Let me got you on that one.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take a Kevin Hazlett magnet.
The Republican elephant on Brian's car. That would be a real.
If you have a Kevin Hazlett magnet, I'll take it.
What are you going to do? Do another
I'm so
like with
sorry.
Dr. Dan?
Is everybody mad at me right now?
No, why are you being so sensitive?
Well, because I just feel like I just overextended my stay, and Lummy didn't get to talk very much, and Lummy's the man, and now I'm cleaning because I'm nervous.
Have you heard from Kevin in terms of like?
Yeah, I got him the Grady Judd endorsement.
His endorsements have been off the chain. Like he's getting more endorsements than anybody. I was just the only thing I could comment on was his social media, and he's tweeting out good stuff, but it's not getting the traction that I would have expected it to get. That's all.
Are you retweeting it and liking it?
Brian, just get us our Twitter back,
I
bitch,
have no Twitter swag,
and get me out of these
dude.
13 lawsuits.
I'm just asking.
I have no Twitter clout. I get like 6 likes on my shit. I ain't propelling Kevin Hazlett anywhere.
Is this on Twitch or is this on YouTube and Facebook?
We're on YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, we better not be on
simulcast.
Twitch, Lummy.
No, we're not on Twitch. We're on.
We haven't been on Twitch.
And since you came on, Bubba, our viewership doubled on the show. Just
No,
so you
for
know.
real.
Swear to God, on YouTube, I don't know what it was like on Facebook.
Doubled, tripled, maybe quad,
No,
maybe
this is
fourfold.
what we
They might
normally.
have fourfold,
This is what we normally average on YouTube.
We were at 34, and it jumped up to when I was looking.
Lummy, give me some fucking credit at fourfold, please.
Well, no.
Jeez.
First off,
Learn how to work, kid.
God, you're dumb as fuck.
God, man.
Well, no, Brian, that makes us look bad. Like we're doing 30. We usually do 60 at least.
No, you don't. You guys suck. I'm the best to ever say it.
We do suck. I mean, I don't know why our show doesn't get more viewers. Do you know why, Lummy?
Well, yeah, you just said our show sucks.
No, you guys are
who
good
did?
as fuck.
You did.
I didn't say it sucks.
No, you guys are
I
good.
said we're the best ever.
You guys help my numbers out. What? Now we're getting all down. Look at us. Now we're all getting down on ourselves.
Yeah,
and
I know.
shit.
It's got depressing.
God
in here.
dang.
We've got. I'll tell you what. We don't have a lot of listeners, but we've got some loyal listeners. We got the same guys every single week. They listen religiously. They actually get mad when I miss the show. So I appreciate that. I had to take the old folks.
Who's your guys' best fan? Little Purple Jersey?
From a donation standpoint, 100%. From a caller standpoint, I think Hinstar calls in more than anybody, and Brandon the Quad.
Hinstar once a week, and then
Brandon the Quad probably jacks off to you guys.
Well, he's our USFL expert.
He's the USFL correspondent.
Is that a joke or what?
Yes,
It's a joke.
But here's what they should do. XFL and the USF. This is the last thing we're going to talk about before you guys got to go. The XFL and USFL, first of all, should merge. Tell me if you agree so far.
Yeah, I think the problem with that is neither one of them wants to split that share. Like, they both think that they can be the alternative to the NFL, and the XFL is trying to position themselves to kind of be like that.
So what they should do is they should take each division of football. For instance, the NFC North division, the Packers, Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota, and they put one team in Chicago. And all of the practice players and from each one of those, all the practice players and potential for Minnesota go to the Chicago team. All the Packers guys go to the Chicago team. All the Detroit guys go to the Chicago team. All the Chicago guys, and that's a team, and it's a minor league system for the NFL.
And they play off season still.
And they play when the XFL is playing right now. They play their season starts call it April.
Right.
April, May, June, July, and you're done by when regular camp start. Your Super Bowl's in June or July. your championship game, which then these practice players are highlighting their skills. If each team's got 11 practice players. Yeah. Okay, so if you take 11 practice players from 5 teams, that's 55.
But that's only enough to field 6 teams in the XFL or the USFL.
That's one team.
No, I know, but I'm saying that only gives you enough to field 6 teams if you're drawing from 5 teams from the NFL. So
how many different divisions are there? 6?
Right now, the USFL, there's 6
in the NFL.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so be it. There's 6 fucking teams. I mean, there's 6 teams, but there's 6 real good fucking teams.
The only other issue with
they're all.
I think you could do it with splitting up like 3 or 4 teams per unit, and so if you did 4, you'd have pretty much 8.
Right.
8
teams,
teams,
so you have 8 teams.
And those teams would have to draw from other players because some of these practice squads they don't have.
They may have 2 guards and
they don't have
3 linebackers
across.
and that's it. They don't got a fucking punter. But you're right. Not only these guys are not necessarily guaranteed to make the team, the guys from the practice teams, but you also go into the college ranks and the free agent ranks and stuff like that. But the practice players are
on there. They're guaranteed a roster spot. I think that's smart because now you have the NFL invested.
Now you have the NFL invested in it. And you got guys might be able to see on Sunday. Some guy, let's say some fucking linebacker's killing it in the USFL and he was a practice player for the Lions. And the Lions were like, fuck, we didn't know this. They're looking at him a little bit different.
And they're seeing the other guys who are playing in the USFL seeing them up against their own guys to see what they got.
But I think also you do it if you're doing it in the locations, you take it from the colleges. So you could even do it where the guys that are free agents, unrestricted free agents, you have them in a zone. So then you got those big college markets.
Right, you have zones.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have a zone.
Like if you're cheering for, you watched 4 years at USC, this guy that was playing there, and he just wasn't good enough at the time to make the NFL.
And you put him in a zone. He has to go.
They have his rights.
Right. Yeah. The West Coast zone or zone 7 has his rights. If Zone 7 doesn't want it, then it can go up like a waiver wire kind of deal. Where
it would have worked out well for somebody like Quentin Flowers or Matt Grothe at USF
right.
to be featured.
Grothy's a prime example.
Yeah.
That guy would have been a stud in the USFL.
Yeah.
And maybe could have had, maybe caught on as a clipboard hanger-oner in the league if he would able to have, play 2 good years as a starter in the USFL.
Yeah, and that's the dream, right? Just being a backup quarterback.
Yeah, those
in the
guys
NFL.
are making $1.5 million.
I mean,
holding a clipboard.
The market on that's gone up. These guys are making like $3 million.
Where did Jameis end up? Has he ended up?
Jameis is with the Saints. They re-signed him. Some people are saying the Saints are going to take a quarterback. I'm not seeing it. Not with what they have invested between Taysom Hill and
what they signed Jameis for. Anything big?
2-year. What is it? $20 million.
Yeah, but
2-year, $25 million.
God, that's still pretty good.
He got good money.
But he gave up
higher than.
I guarantee you, he won't. He'll slide the next time Devon White comes up. Rolling, won't he?
2-year, $28 million with 21 guaranteed.
But they've given up on Taysom being a quarterback.
Well, they paid him like a fucking a mid. I mean, he's making as much as Jameis.
You think Jameis Winston got his ass ripped because he didn't slide against the 54 big brother? Because remember that guy tore him right down to 0, right? Tore his knee socket right out of the joint.
Yeah, no, I think
that was Jameis not sliding. Yep. It was him trying to be trick doggy dog, and the 54 said, "I'll be having that knee."
Yep, and he took it. The leg taker.
All right, listen, I know you guys I gotta go, and I know you're mad at me. Are you mad?
We're not mad.
Oh no, not at all.
Lummy,
I'm way behind on my 246.
You don't sound not mad.
Yeah, you sound mad at Lummy.
Like
if I give you the strap,
mad,
Lummy, will you be okay?
Mad.
No, I'm fine, Bubba.
No, you're not. You
you
sound like a woman that says I'm fine.
I'm fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Are you mad that I came in and took all your fucking real estate?
No, not at all.
Oh, high pitch again. No, Bubba, no.
Not at all.
I'm a little disappointed in Brian for saying that we suck, but
I didn't say we sucked.
But, it's okay.
All I did was put Bubba over saying that our numbers on YouTube doubled when he came in, and that was the truth.
And that hurt Lummy's fucking feelings.
No, because actually, I wish they would have quadrupled when you came in. It was just
you're saying they didn't go up enough when Bubba came in?
No, it was when you said the show sucks.
I didn't say the show sucks.
Lummy, the show's great.
You know what? Pull the audio, Lummy,
and by
2023 I'll hear
Lummy, you stupid fuck. If the show had sucked, I wouldn't have it on my airwaves.
I understand.
I'd have a
that.
replay.
I don't understand how somehow I'm getting heat by
you're getting heat because I feel like you're mad at me.
But I was going to get ready to put the music on. I was getting the YouTube CD ready so it's royalty free and play it, and Will
you look me in the eyes? Stand up as a man and look me in the eyes. I'm in an honest position. And look me in the eyes and tell me that you're not mad at me.
I'm not mad at you.
Why does he keep raising his voice?
Because I don't have the microphone up
High-pitched
here.
Lummy. No, you've
I
been
don't like
high-pitched
touching
every
it.
time. I'm not mad, Bubba.
Let me
I'm
look
not
at
mad.
it. Stay standing.
I'm not mad.
Lummy,
I'm not
you're-
mad.
Lummy, you're
I'm
mad.
getting annoyed with Brian for teaming up
Well,
with
I'm
me.
annoyed at you.
Why? Because I'm not mad at you.
Because I am mad at you
No,
now.
I'm getting annoyed that Brian keeps saying that I'm mad at you when I'm not mad at you.
Who's Lummy?
We
This
sound
is
like
high-pitched.
a bunch of bitches.
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking bitches.
I'm not mad.
Let's just all, you know what? How about this? How about we just be mad at all? We all just be mad at each other. Fuck you, Brian.
Fuck you, Bubba.
Fuck you, Lummy.
Yeah, fuck you, Brian.
You didn't
Mad
say fuck.
show.
You got to say fuck you, Bubba.
Fuck you, Brian.
No. Hey, in order to complete the entire circle, the last link is say it.
I can't say that.
You got to.
He's telling you to say it.
I'm
Well,
telling you.
You're gonna disobey
Okay,
him?
we're gonna do this all again spontaneously. Fuck you, Brian.
Fuck you, Lummy.
Fuck you, Lummy.
Fuck you, Bubba.
Fuck you, Bubba.
There you go. There you go. We'll see you later, everybody. Lummy's mad. I got a little bitch.
He enjoyed that too much, saying fuck you.